Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing a very random, yet I feel as though it's necessary Q&A, kind of catch up with me. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I go to Liberty University. I am a sophomore this year. I am just living life. I'm a global studies major. My minors are Spanish and psychology. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to film this video as kind of a how I'm doing, catch up with me, and then I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram, so I'm going to be answering some of those as well. As you can see, I'm in my dorm room. Pretty messy right now. Hurricane Maddie went through this room, so that's the current status of the room because I tend to destroy everything that's in my path. So all my crap is back there. I just kind of wanted to catch up with you guys and talk to you guys a little bit about my life, how I've been doing, how sophomore year has been treating me. Life is weird, life is crazy, life is good. I feel like I'm in a very happy season, but I'm also in a season where I'm learning so much. And sometimes with learning comes realizing the things that you do wrong and the things that you haven't been approaching in the best way. And I feel like that's where I'm at right now, and I think that's a good place to be. There's obviously growing pains. I feel like that's a great way to sum it up. Growing pains, just because the Lord's been changing my heart and kind of making me more aware to things that I haven't been as aware to in the past. But yeah, this season of life has been treating me very well, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys, get to know you guys a little bit better. I now have 13K, which is crazy. 13 is my favorite number, if you didn't know that. The reason why is literally because of Taylor Swift, because I'm obsessed with Taylor Swift. So yeah, that is super exciting. I'm so thankful. Thank you to all of you guys who subscribe and support me and just watch my videos. I can't believe that people watch me do boring things on the internet. It's so crazy because this has been a dream of mine for so long to start a YouTube channel, and just how far I've been able to come and how the Lord has blessed my channel in so many ways and given me this platform is just amazing. So thank you to all of you guys. Y'all are amazing. But yeah, without further ado, let's start the video, and I'm gonna start rambling and answering some questions and talking to you guys, and I don't know, I'm excited. I think this is a really fun video. So yeah, so I obviously have not posted in, I honestly think, a little over a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe not that long. It feels like it's been forever, so I do want to apologize for that. I've honestly just been living life and trying to live in the moment, and I actually am filming a weekend in my life this weekend. I also am obviously going to film a dorm tour, as you can see the back of my dorm right now. I'm really excited to film that video for you guys. I'm going to film that video pretty soon, and then I'm also going to be doing a weekend in my life this weekend, and then I want to do a roomie Q&A, so I have a lot of fun videos coming up, which I think is super exciting. I love YouTube. YouTube makes me so happy, but there are definitely some times where I need to step away and kind of try to live in the moment, try to invest in the people that are actually around me. But I do realize that this is a commitment that I have made, and it's something that I need to continue to do because it gives me so much joy. So I'm really happy to be back, even though it was a short, unintentional little bit of a break. But yeah, life has been so good. Life has been so crazy. I moved in, I think we're on week 4 now of being back at Liberty, which is crazy. Sophomore year has been honestly life-changing so far. I feel as though I'm already a different person since the person I was when I got here. And I feel I am just learning so much right now about putting aside my pride, because I feel I have a lot of pride. And I feel I've talked about this in some of my videos, probably not a lot because pride isn't something that I love talking about, and it's not my favorite thing about myself, because it's the opposite of the way that the Lord calls me to be. I feel one thing that I've been learning in this season is just not to be picky with my friends and not to be picky with my life. I think there's definitely wisdom in discerning who your people are, what you should be doing with your life. But I also think there's also wisdom in realizing that Jesus isn't picky, God isn't picky, and God loves all of us even though we're all sinners, we're all broken, and He chooses us every single day. And I don't know, I feel that's just one thing that I've been learning, because I've realized that with friendships especially, I am so picky, and I just I don't even know how to explain it. I just judge people by their outward appearance, and it's just so easy to do, and I think we all do it even if we don't want to talk about it or if we don't want to admit it. But I'm just so bad at looking at someone and being oh, I don't think we'll click because we have different style or we want to do different things with our lives. And it's just no, Maddie, you need to get rid of that. You need to realize that the Lord has so many amazing, beautiful people that He has created in order to fill your life with. And because I'm so closed off in my head, I'm oh, we're not anything alike, so we won't get along. And then I meet them and then I learn so much about them, and they have like so much wisdom, and I don't know, that's just one thing that the Lord is kind of deconstructing in my head in this season, and one thing that I'm like learning over and over. And it's honestly kind of a painful process, because I do have to put aside my pride, and I do have to put aside all of the things that I think are best for me in order to understand like what the Lord wants for me. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, a little ramble. I've honestly been living my best life as best as I can with COVID and everything. So basically at Liberty, what they're doing is they're being super strict with COVID regulations. It's really nice that I still get to have classes in person. I have 3 in-person classes, 1 online class, and we're required to wear masks in all of our classes, as we should be, in order to be safe and think about loving the people around us that may have autoimmune deficiencies or anything else that would cause COVID to affect them worse than us. So even like me wearing a mask is not just for me, it's loving my neighbor and loving the other people that may not be as fortunate as I am in terms of my good health. So yeah, we have to wear masks in class. I think that's awesome. And then outside of class, you don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask like walking to class. You don't have to outside of class. You don't have to on your halls. I know like a lot of different buildings are different, because there's like common rooms in some buildings on campus, and they're like living rooms. And so I don't have a common room because I'm not living in commons. But I know people have to wear masks in your common rooms, which is kind of crazy. I don't really know what that would be like for me, but I am not in commons, so I don't have to worry about that. But Liberty also has like an annex where they are putting people who are positive or around people that were positive, so they are able to quarantine there and be housed there and fed there and everything. And it's all so crazy, but I honestly have just seen the Lord's provision so clearly in all of that, because he continues to heal people and he continues to allow people to go in and out of that facility as fast as they can in order to acclimate back to classes and stuff. So I definitely have seen the good in that situation. Although I have not personally been sent to the annex, I haven't had COVID, haven't had anything happen with that in my personal life. But yeah, just praying for the people around me, praying that Liberty is covered in prayer from the Lord, and as well as so many other like college campuses and high schools and everything in the world that's kind of shifting back to normal at a slower rate than usual. But yeah, that's life. Life has been crazy, but it's been equally as good. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on that. Yeah, just talk to you guys, because I feel like I haven't in quite a while. But yeah, I'm going to get into the questions that you guys have sent me, answer some of those, which some of them have to do with college, some of them have to do with me, some of them have to do with Liberty. You'll see, as most of my Q&As are, they're just really random, which I think is super fun. But yeah, let's get into the questions. This first question says, when are you doing your dorm tour? I'm going to be doing it very soon, I promise. I just have not had the time to make sure everything's clean and cute to film a dorm tour, because I definitely want to make sure it's as cute and clean and ready as possible to share with you guys. But yeah, so very soon, stay on the lookout. My last dorm tour, I will have linked down below for you guys to go watch that if you want to see my dorm room from last year. I incorporated some of the same things in my dorm room this year, but as y'all know, I have 2 roommates this year, and I'm also living in a different building. I also have a couch, which is behind me, which is a really fun part of our room. Just hanging out with us and like other girls in our hall, because that's all we're allowed to do right now. But yeah, I will show you guys my dorm tour very soon. Stay on the lookout for that. I love this question because I have thought about this very extensively. It says, if you could change your name, what would you change it to? Quinn. I love the name Quinn. If you ask any of my friends, they know that that's like my alter ego, which that sounds so weird, and it honestly is weird. But yeah, I love the name Quinn. I think it's a very cute name. I like how it's a girl and a guy name, and I just love that name. So yeah. This question says, do you want any more tattoos or piercings? So I have, let me see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 1, 2, 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 earrings, nose ring. Then I have 2 tattoos. I have one right here that says as he promised, and then I have one on my rib that says still I rise. I do want to get another tattoo. I have yet to call my mom about it. So mom, if you're watching this, I think I'm gonna go get one. Sorry in advance. I just want a little one. I want to get, I don't know if I want to get it like on the front of my arm or on the back of my arm, because I do like the back of the arm placement. I think that that's a really pretty placement, and it's not as common as like the front of your arm. So that's still to be determined, but I want to get 41:10 from my favorite verse, which is Isaiah 41:10, which says, so do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I think that's a a great reminder that the Lord is always to be our strength. We are not to be our own sense of strength. He is to be that for us. So I definitely want to get that either on the front of my arm or the back of my arm, just like 41:10, because I think that that would be a really cool way to document that as my favorite verse. But I do want to go get that sometime soon. This question says, how is the fish doing? Wow, I feel so known that somebody asked me this, because y'all just know me and you know what's important to me. Because my fish, so I got a fish last week very randomly with one of my roommates, Liz. He is right here. He is just chilling in his tank right now. Where is he? Okay, he's hiding. His tank is kind of dirty. I promise I'm not a bad fish mom, but this is Dog. We named him Dog. Don't ask us why. We're really weird, but he is literally the light of my life. I didn't think motherhood would hit me this soon in life, but here we are. But yeah, that's Dog. We love him. He is an angel. He is very well behaved, very obedient, just so beautiful. Honestly, just my pride and joy, honestly. So he is doing amazing. Thank you so much for asking. This question says, what has been your go-to coffee order recently? Honestly, I've been drinking a lot of iced matcha. I don't know, I really like it, but right now I'm actually drinking, well, I'm done drinking, but this was just an iced caramel coffee, but I have been very into matcha recently and it's very good. And it also kind of matches my top because my top is green and then matcha's green, so yeah. I really like this question. It's again something that I struggle with, but it's something that I'm learning in this season. It says, how do you find time to be intentional with the Lord, friends, or anything? So I was just journaling about this just now when I was doing my Jesus time, but one thing that somebody said in my community group this Wednesday, and community groups are just kind of what Liberty has on Wednesday nights, and you have a community group leader, and it's just with a bunch of other girls on your hall or guys on your hall, depending if you're a guy or a girl, and there's about like 7 of us. So I actually wrote down in my journal like kind of what she said in groups the other day. My relationship with God directly impacts how I treat people. If I'm not spending regular time with him, how can I expect to be growing deeper in him? And I thought that was really interesting, because the way that we grow friendships is that we spend time with people consistently, and like it's like those memories that help build a friendship. You can't expect to be best friends with somebody after hanging out with them or getting coffee with them once. So how are we supposed to expect to grow closer to the Lord if we're not spending consistent time with him? And also, like, our relationship with God like directly impacts our relationships with people, because if God isn't like teaching us like, oh, you need to be kind, like these are the fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control, all those things are like the ways that we need to be treating the people around us, and like we learn that through his word. So like, how are we supposed to be good friends and like good people to the people around us if we're not like learning that in his word? And just like, I don't know, I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was really cool, and I've been trying to be a lot better in spending time with the Lord, because I do want to get deeper in my faith. And right now, the series that we're doing at Liberty in our like campus community, which is like our Wednesday night time when our campus pastor comes and like preaches to us, is really cool. I like absolutely love campus community, but he's been talking about going deeper in our faith and kind of like diving in even if it's scary, and that's just really been convicting me. And we've been talking about all the spiritual disciplines and all of that, and I just have been learning so much. So yeah, I have been doing a lot better in terms of reading my Bible consistently and not feeling the need to share that all the time, because sometimes I learn something in God's word and I'm like, oh, I just want to post this because I want to share it with people. And sometimes I also have to check my heart and be like, am I posting this so people think that I'm a great Christian? Am I posting this so the cute guy will know that I'm chasing after the Lord? Am I posting this? Like, checking my priorities is something that I'm learning, and also just like the fact that my relationship with God should be something that's intimate and special between me and him. And it is great to share that with people, but also there is some intimateness that I need to keep between me and him. So that's that on that. But in terms of friends, I have been learning also how to reach out to people and not let it crush my pride, because last year I was so bad about that, and I feel like all of my plans were just because people asked me to hang out, and I would always be like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm a very go with the flow type of person, so it is hard for me to be the one that's like initiating plans because I'm not a planner. So I do feel as though I've been doing better at that, and I think that just comes with like laying aside your pride and being like, you know what, I'm going to reach out to so-and-so because I want to be friends with so-and-so, and it might be hard because like I might have to like work around their schedule, or I might have to be the one putting aside my pride or like my ego in order to ask them to hang out. But at the same time, like, so many beautiful things can come from that, and I feel like every time somebody asks me to hang out, it's such a huge compliment to me. So I don't know why it's so hard for me to do the same thing to others, but yeah, I've been learning how to do that, and I think it really just has to do with putting aside your pride and being like, hey, I'm going to ask this person to hang out because I want to, and because, like, why is it so difficult for me? So I'm just gonna do it. So I hope that kind of helps. You definitely have to like have courage and faith in that, because it can be scary, or it is at least scary for me. So yeah, that's my advice with that. And also with the Lord, just know that like the more time you put into it, you're not gonna learn some amazing, incredible, life-altering realization every single time you read the Bible, but it will help deepen your faith in the long run. And sometimes there will be times when you learn something amazing and like life-altering, but I think it's really dangerous when we think that the Bible, like every time we open it, is going to be some emotional experience, because sometimes it's not emotional. Sometimes it's just like discipline and a daily decision. Like, I am a Christ follower, I'm going to read the Bible because that is what I do and that's what I'm called to do, not because I feel something every single time I do it. So yeah, that's another thing I'm learning. I'm honestly just like rambling right now, but I hope that this is somewhat helpful to some of you guys watching this. This question is a great question. It says, do you ever feel rushed to be in a relationship at a Christian college? Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. Sometimes I'm in the headspace where I'm so thankful for singleness and the fact that I'm in this right now, and other times I'm like, God, like, why doesn't so-and-so reach out to me, or like, why isn't so-and-so pursuing me, or stuff like that. And it honestly like can be a huge like confidence crusher in so many ways, which I hate admitting that and I hate saying that, but it's the reality. Like, I don't know, sometimes it's hard seeing all my friends or several of my friends in relationships and being like, what's wrong with me? But it just, that's such a negative headspace, and that's a very incorrect way of thinking, because it's never gonna be like, what's wrong with me? It's just like, this is where the Lord has me now, and like, that's great that everybody else is in a different spot, or a lot of people are in a different spot. I think it's just realizing that your timing is always gonna be different, and it's also realizing that nothing is guaranteed. As I said earlier, I don't think that the Lord literally says like, I personally don't believe that the Lord calls every single person to marriage or a relationship, or I don't know. I think it becomes kind of scary when we refer to singleness always as a season of singleness, because I think that like makes it seem as though marriage is guaranteed or that relationships are guaranteed, but nothing is guaranteed but the Lord. And I am learning that so much in this season, and I think that is the best rock on which I can stand. I don't want to stand on anything else, because everything in this world will fade away, including relationships, and the only thing that's ever going to be consistent and stable in my life is the Lord. So that's one thing that I'm leaning into through that comparison and through that hardness with seeing a lot of other people in relationships. I feel like I've successfully rambled in this video, but if you guys like videos like this where I kind of just talk to you guys about where I'm at or what the Lord is teaching me, or just like things that I'm learning, please comment down below, let me know. I love doing Q&As. I love talking to you guys, kind of letting y'all get to know who I am as a person rather than just like vlogs, which I also enjoy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I have missed filming videos. I love you guys so much. I am so blessed to have this platform. So yeah, comment down below, video requests, if you like this video, if this is like a good style of video that y'all want to see more often on my channel, because I do enjoy filming these. And yeah, like and subscribe, turn my post notifications on. I cannot stress that enough, because I want you guys to get the notification when I post new videos. And yeah, I love you guys. I will see you guys very soon next Sunday with another new video. Bye.